Quaid Azam, Part 126. Is that what you want? What has Pandit Motilal Nehru been doing in this assembly? Has he not been cooperating with you? I want to know what more do you want? And may I know what evidence, what proof, documentary or oral, do you want me to produce or adduce that the responsible leaders are willing to cooperate with you? Have you no eyes? Have you no ears? Have you no brains? This was the speech of a man who had fought and lost an important battle. For unlike Nehru, Jinnah had no outlet left, no solace in non-cooperation. All he could do was to take up Birkenhead's challenge and work the reforms. For whatever they were worth, in July 1925, he again made overtures to the Jayakar, the Bombay Swargist, and in November he also tried to form a party with discontented congressmen from the central provinces. Yet the more he moved towards Congress dissidents, the further he moved away from the most powerful elements in the Muslim League. This paradox could not easily be resolved. To support Motilal Nehru was to support a policy of non-cooperation, but to also move towards a possible Hindu-Muslim unity. On the other hand, to support his opponents in the League was to support a policy of cooperation with the Raj, but of Hindu-Muslim antagonism. Jinnah sought both, but their inherent contradictions were not easy to resolve. In near despair, he escaped to Europe in 1926 as a member of the Skene Committee and did not become active again until after the election of that year. On 20 March 1927, a conference of Muslims met in Delhi to decide on the issue of separate electorates. The Charter of Demand now became broader. It included separation of Sindh from Bombay, reforms for the frontier Balochistan representation by population in the Punjab and Bengal, and 33% reservation for the Muslims in the central legislature. This conference had been convened largely on Jinnah's initiative, and he was taking a stand totally different to what his position had earlier been. Say during the Lucknow Pact of 1916, particularly on the issue of separate electorates, he must have fully assessed that his present stand would certainly invite opposition from the Muslims of the provinces. Despite that he took it for his stand, was yet another attempt in the long series of such attempts to solve this complex national tangle. An initiative was a response to Congress expending mass appeal too. Viceroy Irwin, anticipating events, had interpreted this difficulty, whatever Jinnah's original intention, and these were by no means clear at the time. The result of the initiative was to widen rather than diminish the breach between the two communities. The result of this initiative illustrated two recurring features of all India political scenario obtaining then: importance of provincial Muslim opinion and the reluctance of Hindu Mahasabha to accept any terms that failed to fully address the interest of the Hindus. However, the response of provincial Muslims did not help the situation either in reality. However, neither Hindu Mahasabha nor the Muslim League can be seriously faulted for working fixedly for safeguarding well-being as they saw it for their respective communities, of course. That, after all, was the very basis of their political existence. On 29 March 1927, seeing the way things were going, Jinnah issued a statement to the press making it clear that his four proposals just cited had either to be accepted in full or rejected totally.